Hi Gemini, and this is your August 2019 Love Monthly Forecast reading for those who have their Gemini signs in their Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Again, this is just a general reading, so please keep in mind as you listen and tune in to the reading that I am going to be giving out here. Please do exercise your own sense of intuition to relate this to your own situation at this time. Gemini, to be honest, this is actually my second recording for you guys. Um, I don't know why the video that I had earlier was suddenly lost. I can't seem to find it, even though it's being shown here on my QuickTime that it is exported. So I just decided that since I cannot recover it, I'm just gonna do it again. But I'm also going to be giving you guys the information that I had in that reading, the things that I can still remember. So the reason why I'm telling you this all over again is that in the previous reading, you already had some communication issues going on. So, and I also told you in that video that when I was doing your reading, lights were coming on and off. I mean, I was having a lot of technical difficulties, which I find very ironic because the reading was giving me insights about communication failures on your part for the month of August. So I kind of feel that maybe I am channeling into this energy a lot to the point wherein it is also happening to me. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that to give you guys, I guess, a warning or a reminder not to be impulsive with how you react to things, not be impulsive with how you communicate with the people around you, especially when it comes to relationships, and to not be very much impulsive to assume things. That is really the biggest message there, because in my previous reading, it has somehow of a negative connotation because of even though you are Gemini, being ruled by Mercury, you should be a very thinking sign. But in that reading, it made me feel that you're not thinking too much and you're just feeling various things and you're just acting based on your own thing, based on what you want, and not really listening to the other person. So there is some form of a selfish attitude right there. And it also felt that a lot of you guys are, in a position wherein either you're lying to yourself or you're lying to someone else. There is a tendency as if there are, self delusion with a certain person. That kind of situation, you might feel that you are being led on, those kinds of things. But the way that reality was happening in that reading is that you were not being led on at all. It was you misunderstanding things. So it was a very specific reading. Maybe that's the reason why the video was cut out, suddenly gone missing out of my computer. So yeah, though the reading that I have with me right now is not that far off, but I believe that majority of this reading will be able to relate to a lot of Geminis out there. So yeah, I think it's good since it gives you more depth and more information on what is to come for you for the month of August. But just to finish up that reading in a summary, is that there is going to be something that's going to happen in your life that will be giving you some form of shock. So it can be both positive or negative. Remember that shock can be a double-edged sword, but um, whatever it is going to free you from confusion. You may not be aware, but there were a lot of confusion in that reading or in that relationship that you are focusing. In that reading, it felt like there were a lot of self-deception going on, escaping reality, not seeing things for what they truly are. And there is a tendency right there that, the person that you are probably, fantasizing, or I don't know, it feels like there is going to be someone who will, talk to you and really tell you what the real situation is. So eventually, this will lead you to a form of freedom, leading you to see things for what they truly are. And of course, for some of you guys, it might be some form of pain, especially if it's not something of a good news. So yeah, so the best advice I could give you, if you are relating to that situation, or if that message is resonating with you, or if you are in a position we're in right now, all you do is to believe your own thing and you're not really open to other people's thoughts and opinion, getting ahead of yourself, or desiring someone who's not available to you, but still wanting to pursue it regardless, that could be a big sign that there is going to be some form of wake-up call. That person is going to talk to you personally to let you know what is the real deal. So it might be shocking for some of you out there, but eventually it will lead you to move forward with your life and not be able to, it is as if the universe is going to be doing something that forces you to stop all of this, all of this confusion, all of this fantasy things in your mind. It will force you to the truth of the matter, of how things really are. So it might be quite challenging to handle in an emotional scale, but eventually it is something that you will be able to be thankful of, because not only that you will find out the truth, but you are going to save time, not to focus on a situation wherein there is never going to be any good result in the first place. So yeah, so that is just the recap of the reading that I had earlier before it was cut off. So now let's go down with the reading that I have here, as an additional insight to what you can expect that is going to transpire for you for the month of August 2019. So there are some repeating cards over here. So the first one that we have here is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, which is being challenged by the Two of Pentacles. So this is telling me that there could be someone in your life that you're focused on, but maybe you don't know what that situation is all about. And it could be confusing you. There could be a choice right here that is impending. It doesn't really have any resolution yet. So it makes me feel as if, there is a situation that is weighing on your mind as well. This could be manifesting in a form wherein, if you are already in a relationship, maybe you don't know what to do with that relationship. The Two of Pentacles is a point wherein you're either handling two things at the same time, or you're having to make a decision what to pursue and what to let go. And like I said in the previous reading as well, I am having this same type of energy wherein you are with a relationship with someone, but for some reason you're looking elsewhere. So the possibility here is becoming higher, since this is already a second reading, but it's still giving me the same vibe of energy. So there will be a lot of Geminis out there that will be, I guess, hesitating with their own relationship, as if their relationship will be entering a form of a test, especially if you are already in a very stable relationship. But I would suggest to not get ahead of yourself. Don't try to make drastic decisions, an impulsive one. For starters, even though, a lot of people would say that it's already Mercury direct, it should be fine. Just to let you guys know, there's a lot of combust planet. Combust planet is like invisible planet. So it's actually a lot worse sometimes than a retrograde itself. So major decisions is something you might need to hold back on. At the same time, not only that, we are still at the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde, so I really would not recommend this. Making any crazy decisions on your part, especially at the point wherein you are very vulnerable and you have a tendency to act in a very crazy, exaggerated way. It's like a decision without much thought. At the same time, I kind of feel that, you are at the position wherein you wanted to spread your wings and fly. So there is a desire for freedom right here, but unfortunately, I'm seeing that you're not seeing things in a very clear-headed mind. So that is really the main reason why I'm not recommending you to pursue things that you think is okay to do. So that is whether relating with someone, a relationship. I would suggest for you to hold off regardless you're single, in a relationship, in a marriage, or in a complicated relationship. Whatever type of relationship that you are in right now, I want you guys to really think things carefully and clearly before making any decisions. So your foundation card here is you have a Two of Wands. So again, another twos. And this is really clearly talking about some form of partnerships that you are evaluating or thinking about, or having some form of question in your mind on what to do. In the recent past, we do have the King of Wands that is in reverse. So from how the combinations of the cards I have with here with me is that it seems that there is a man here, but who has gotten your attention. But for some reason, either they're not in your life, they are someone that probably you are finding attracted with, but it doesn't really give me any sense and feeling as if you are in a relationship. But from the looks of it, it's as if you are in a relationship that you're not happy about. So you're looking outside of your own relationship. There is also a tendency of, someone paying attention to you, but they're not really, they're not being true to you. So you have to be warned by that, because it feels as if they are paying attention to you right now, and maybe some of you might be taking it seriously, or some of you are enjoying that, and that is also good in its own way. But if you are choosing that over something that's already in your life, then you probably have to think again, because that could be something you might regret later on. And your crowning energy is the Temperance in reverse. So Upright, the Temperance is always a good card, but in reverse, this is like, you're willing to throw away things that are actually very much worth it. This is a sign that, you are about to make decisions that it doesn't really make sense, that may be something that you could regret. Temperance card is the card of reconciliation. So in reverse, it's as if you wanted to break away from something, or there is something that is very conflicting here. A relationship that you're willing to risk for better or worse. So yeah. So that's mainly the reason why I keep saying that you need to be careful for the month of August. So be careful of seeing someone else behind your partner's back, if that is what's going on with you at this time. What you are represented by is the Fool, and I love how the cards really reflect everything that I'm saying. Because the Fool right now, you are driving yourself into adventure. You wanted to be free. You wanted to be happy. There is something that you really, really want. I don't know if maybe you're just feeling the hype energy of August. And if you are in a situation wherein everything is like so gloomy, like nothing much is happening and all that, you might be, wanting to have a change of pace. And, and if you are in a relationship, this can be quite complicated in its own way if you are not putting the energy to your own partner. You might be, wanting to express to the world that I'm single, I want to mingle, I want to be this, I want to be like that. So, in other words, I am somehow telling you guys that there's a tendency for you guys to attract other people in your life. And that is always good. But if you're already in a relationship and you are giving into your own temptations, um, it can be quite vexing at some point. So, in the near future, you also have the Nine of Pentacles. And this is a situation wherein you have everything that you wanted, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're happy. And this is exactly what you want to achieve and what you want to happen. You want to have a fulfillment of having both worlds at the same time. You are maybe sick and tired of feeling as if you have a relationship, but at the same time as if that relationship doesn't exist anyway. That type of relationship wherein, yes, I have a boyfriend, yes, I'm married, but at the same time I still feel alone. So there are those kinds of tendencies, and that because of that, it might lead you to to do something different this time around. So yeah, like I said, um, just keep in mind that to not do things crazy in a crazy manner, because energies always pass, and it's really not worth risking something just for the sake of fun. So I would say that it's best if you can just channel all of this vibe and energy, doing something new, doing something exciting and fun to your own partner. If you're single, though, this could be a good time to really attract people in your life, and you will be successful with that. External factors involved here is you do have the Emperor. And this is exactly what I was saying, is that you could be around someone in your life who's actually there but is not really very much active. Yes, you know that they love you, yes, you know that they care, but they're not really doing anything much to give more spark and excitement in your life. And this person is quite slow. So you are probably in a point wherein you wanted to do more things. You wanted to explore, have some form of sense of adventure, and the Emperor card is not a risky card. This guy wants to play things safe, so he likes comfort. And you're at the point wherein, you wanted attention, you want attention basically. So it might be a cause of concern if that is the case, because it feels as if you're doing so many things to get someone's attention, but they're not really reacting so much, they're not paying attention to you at all, those kinds of things. And if you're not in a relationship and this is the situation at hand, then you might have to reevaluate if that person is actually if they really like you or not. Maybe they're just a friend and you're forcing yourself to them. So it's something you need to consider and work on if that is the case. Your hopes and fear, you do have the Ten of Pentacles, and like I said, you wanted to be more social, you wanted to have a deeper bond, a relationship that actually has meaning to it. Not a dull type of relationship. You want a relationship that is a lot more vibrant and all that. And your outcome card is you do have the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel that your intention in this situation is a lot more pure. It's just that how you are delivering things can be misunderstood by a lot of people. So if you are in a committed relationship, I really feel that you needed to be careful, because there is a risk involved here. You might be causing problems in a situation wherein there is none. But this is actually quite different, because it makes me feel as if you are going to self-sabotage yourself. There is that kind of feeling. So I don't know if you are getting bored with the relationship, like things are the same over and over again, and you want diversity, you want some form of thrill, you want some form of excitement, and you're not getting it. So that is mainly the cause of all of this shake-up. So I would say to, instead of giving your attention and energy to something that is outside of the relationship, I would say that to focus on on attracting that person that is already with you all over again, just to lighten things up, bring back the spark in the relationship. I feel that is the way to somehow turn things around, not really about looking outside of the relationship, as that will just cause you some form of trouble. If you're single though, this could be really, really a good time. You might be just working on your career and focusing on your own self, but there is a really good chance that in your workplace, someone might be, focusing on how hardworking you are, and the good side of you, the positive things that you do at work might be attracting someone very special. So either way, regardless of what position you are in right now, you are bound to attract people in your life. You just need to have you just need to get yourself together, really, in making decisions. And with your impulsive nature, you're not really a Martian type of people, you're not a Martian type of energy or anything like that, but you can be impulsive in different manners at the same time, especially when it comes to your own thoughts, communication, and with your speech with various people in your life, you know. Like they say, don't promise anything that you cannot deliver. So yeah, thank you, Gemini. This is my second reading with you guys, but I hope that I was able to give you all the information that I can get from this reading. It's somehow similar in a way, but I feel that this second reading can be able to relate to a lot more Geminis out there. So much attraction is happening with you guys. Make sure you're making the right decisions, okay? Yeah, thank you for watching and tuning in with me. And if you'd like a more personal reading, please don't hesitate to contact me. Just go to my website in the stars by Krissy.com. So if you like, please do like this video, share and comment below if you tune in with the reading, and I'll speak to you next time.